Good morning, class. Thank you for showing up to the Zoom meeting. I hope everyone is doing well. Did everyone see Miss Vasella's Schoology post? She says, "What do you call a pig that does karate? A pork chop." Get it? Because it's a pig. Anyways, next class is your test. It's a unit test. It will have disc method, washer method, shell method, arc lengths, volumes of solids of known cross sections. It's a lot of stuff, so you better study up.
Wait, I have a question.
What's your question?
Can you go over what you just said?
What do you mean? What the test is on?
No, I mean go over all of that material.
There's not enough time to do that.
Well, you could just do it in a rap, It'll be fast, 3 minutes,
But we're learning solids of revolutions next week, so study up.
Better have another rap for that.
I guess that is a good idea.
Don't be a fool, just listen.
Ha.
Hold on, gonna get another 5.
Ha. Write down the graph and draw. Rotate the axis it's on. Sum of the areas and all. Yeah.
Cross-sectional volume is next. Constant S squared dx. Just listen and follow our steps. Yeah. The first thing today, we rotating functions. Spin this like a disc, like our radius. It's simple with this introduction. With small cylinders, pi h times r squared, and integrate to construct it. Use top minus bottom or right minus left to determine the r of the function.
Washers are used when the area is moved away from the line of rotations. Calculate both the big R and little r, subtracting the two integrations. Top minus bottom or right minus left, yeah, do not forget this relation. This is washer method for getting the volume when you are revolving equations.
There's one more technique if you want to succeed to calculate the correct size. Adding the volume of cylinder shells, which usually them nested inside. And it's 2 pi r h for the surface of shells and thickness dx or dy's. Where the thickness involved is the opposite of the rotated axis defined.
These are the techniques that you need, yeah, in order to find the volumes of the solid. Depending on your axis of revolution, you could choose a more easier process. Use just for y. Don't need to change f of x when you're trying to solve it. Get a 5 on the test when you're doing your best. You can get the credit for your college. Ha. Write down the graph and draw. Rotate the axis it's on. Sum of the areas and all. Yeah.
Cross-sectional volume is next. Constant S squared dx. Just listen and follow our steps. Yeah.
Ha. Write down the graph and draw. Rotate the axis it's on. Sum of the areas and all. Yeah.
Cross-sectional volume is next. Constant S squared dx. Just listen and follow our steps. Yeah.
Arc length is next for discussion. Recall that the distance between given points can be found with Pythagoras function. Vector delta x to y side of the radical, just doing this simple instruction. Yeah, we'd be adding this up with an integral. We can get arc length constructed.
Finishing up Unit 8 with these lessons of some applications of integrals. You will learn that practice makes perfect and good AP scores because your error is minimal. Students be hating and getting to school and just cause it's very confusing. Just do your best when you're practicing tests. Sometimes you just gotta go do it.
Just study to know what you're talking about. Use the brain in your head before you lose it. Use Khan Academy to teach you some things. You know you're the best online tutor. I know that the formatting of the exam had been shortened, but this still included. I'm expecting for you to keep all of your notes. Keep all of the stuff for the future. Ha. Write down the graph and draw. Rotate the axis it's on. Sum of the areas and all. Yeah.
Cross-sectional volume is next. Constant S squared dx. Just listen and follow our steps. Yeah.
Ha. Write down the graph and draw. Rotate the axis it's on. Sum of the areas and all. Yeah.
Cross-sectional volume is next. Constant S squared dx. Just listen and follow our steps. Yeah.
Okay, class, that was our review. Thank you for listening. Remember to review at home. I would look at this Quizlet for the constants that you need for known cross sections. Remember, constant S squared dx. And then to get the side length, it's just top minus bottom. All right, see you next class.